Taking the Theros story from the realm of the mortals and into the realm of the gods is Journey Into Nyx, which came out May 2nd, 2014. The set concludes the Theros storyline in card form and, as such, continues the block's overall ancient Greek theming. As far as that story is concerned, it follows story protagonist Elspeth Tyrell and her friend and companion Ajani Goldmane as they travel into Nyx to confront Xenagos, a planeswalker who had ascended to godhood and, as such, is causing mischief across the plane. The entire story summary can be found in our Theros video. If you would like to check that out, it's on our retrospective playlist. As for this video, let's just focus our energy on Journey Into Nyx as a Magic set. The set had Dave Humphries as development lead. This was Humphries' second set leading development, having previously led development on Avacyn Restored during the Innistrad block. Design was led by Ethan Flesher. This would be Ethan's first time as a design lead for any Magic set.
Ethan found out we were doing Greek and Roman mythology. He was very excited. So I said, okay, I'm going to tap into this. He was on the Theros team and the Born of the Gods team, so that he'd be well familiarized with Theros so that he could do his own set.
Just like the previous two sets in the block, Theros and Born of the Gods, Journey Into Nyx continues the ancient Greek theming complete with mythological tropes. The set consists of 165 cards including 4 reprints. In line with the block's enchantment matter concept, a whopping 59 of those cards carry the enchantment type.
One of the things we had done with Journey is there was an enchantment theme in the block, and the enchantment theme really was much more about playing up Greek mythology, but we knew players we had never really done an enchantment block that was at least perceived as an enchantment block. One would argue Urza Saga was an enchantment block, but it wasn't perceived that way. And a lot of players really wanted an enchantment matters theme, so we kind of held back on it, and Journey gave that.
The set was sold in traditional booster packs, 5 intro packs, an event deck, and a fat pack. It also continued and concluded the Theros block's Heroes Path side event series, with those who completed all 9 of the block's trials being given a Hall of Triumph promotional card. As for other promotional cards, the set's buy box promo is Eidolon of Blossoms. Game day participants were provided with a full art Squelching Leeches, and top 8 finishers received a full art foil Dictate of Krufix. The set's launch promo is Dictate of the Twin Gods. And as for the set's pre-release promos, Journey Into Nyx followed the same monocolor setup as the block's previous 2 sets, this time around with the promos being the cards Dawnbringer Charioteers, Scourge of the Fleets, Doomwake Giant, Spawn of Theraxis, and Hero's Bane. There was also something else special about Journey Into Nyx that wasn't exactly publicized. God packs, quite literally. Randomly inserted were booster packs that, instead of the normal assortment of commons, uncommons, rares, and mythic rares, contained all 15 gods found in the Theros block. So, yeah, it literally was a god pack.
Which is a play on, there was a printing thing early in Magic where, mistakenly, when you run decks, we have sheets that you print off of, and every once in a blue moon they will mess up, and instead of putting commons or uncommons in their slot, they will put rares because they have the wrong sheet in the hopper. And so when you get a set that's all rares, they often call that a god pack. That's the nickname the players refer to that. It happens infrequently, but it happens every once in a blue moon. But anyway, that was us sort of making a play on god pack. We thought it was funny that we had 15 gods, so we made a god pack.
As for the rest of the cards worth a mention in the set, there's Banishing Light, once a staple removal card in white that still sees occasional play. Dictate of Erebos, a punishing card in EDH against creature removal and for creature sacrifice-centric strategies. Eidolon of the Great Revel, a staple in Modern and Legacy burn decks. Eidolon of Rhetoric, a combo strategy sideboard card. Erois, God of Victory, which has since become a moderately popular card as a commander in EDH. Mana Confluence, a 5-color land that is situationally better than City of Brass, which was considered by most before this to be the game's gold standard 5-color land. Twin Flame, thanks to its synergy with the card Dualcaster Mage from the set Commander 2014, and Worst Fears, one of the few cards in Magic to give a player control of their opponent's turn. As for cycles, Journey Into Nyx features 9. Of those, the most notable include the set's 5 enemy-colored, dual-colored gods: Theros, god of passage; Keranos, god of storms; Pharika, god of affliction; Eros, god of victory; and Krufix, god of horizons. Dictates, which are 5 enchantments with flash that match up with 2 of the block's monocolored gods, Heliod and Erebos, as well as, well, technically, 4 of the block's dual-colored gods. 4 because the card Dictate of the Twin Gods refers to both Eros and Mogus. Fonts, a common cycle of 5 enchantments that each have sacrificial activated abilities. X Land Creatures, which is a cycle of creatures that care about the number of a specific land you control. And Strive Spells, which is a cycle of instant spells at common that each have the Strive ability, which is an ability that makes its debut in Journey Into Nyx. Speaking of Strive, it's one of 2 new mechanics brought forth in the set to join the carryovers from Theros: Bestow, Heroic, Scry, Monstrosity, Inspired, and Devotion. Strive is a mechanic on spells that lets its caster pump more mana into it to increase its number of targets. As for the other new mechanic, it's something called Constellation. Enchantments with Constellation mean its ability triggers every time it, or another enchantment, enters the battlefield under that player's control. Competitive-wise, Journey Into Nyx was featured at Pro Tour Atlanta in mid-May 2014.
It had a Theros block constructed, which I think was the last block constructed, and then it had a Journey Into Nyx booster draft. The winner was Pat Chapin, Hall of Famer Pat Chapin from the USA, who defeated Nam Sung Wook, who was South Korean. He beat him 2-0. I think Nam might have been the first South Korean to make top 8. He for sure was the first South Korean to make the finals, but I think he might have been the first South Korean to even make Pro Tour top 8. So Pat winning here allowed him to go to the World Championship, and Pat almost took home the World Championship.
So what are your thoughts on Journey Into Nyx? Do you think it's a championship caliber set? Whatever your thoughts, please leave your opinion in the comments section. Also, please remember to subscribe to Magic Untapped, hit that like button, and toss a tip our way via our Patreon tip jar. Thank you for watching.